Let's talk about housing in California. California is definitely in a housing crisis right now. Less and less people are able to afford a home, and we're definitely seeing that in the numbers that are coming out. We're seeing building inventory, less and less transactions taking place, fewer and fewer homes going into escrow. So the market is just getting weaker month by month, week by week, and day by day. Now, interestingly, California Association of Realtors just published their quarterly report for the first quarter of 2025, and they really shed some light on some of the numbers that we're seeing in the housing market. So let's go ahead and take a look at this quarterly report so we can see how these numbers are really affecting the housing market here in California. So getting started, we have this first quarter California Housing Affordability Report by California Association of Realtors, and I'll go ahead and link this down below if you guys want to take a look at it yourself. So they published this really nice infographic that kind of sums everything up. This is the California Housing Affordability for the first quarter 2025. And this is something that California Association of Realtors does. It's the Housing Affordability Index, where they determine on an index basis what percentage of households in the state could actually afford a home. And believe it or not, for a single family home, it's down to 17% right now. So really only 17% of households kind of meet the qualifications income-wise, etc., to be able to buy a home in the state right now based on the median home price. Obviously, this is pretty bad. That's a pretty small number of people that could afford to buy a home today in California. Now, the good news is that year over year, it's actually stayed the same at 17% from Q1 2024 to Q1 2025. And what they're saying in their report is that the reason for this is because incomes have risen somewhat, and that's helping to offset the slightly higher prices that we're seeing in the market. Mortgage rates have essentially been a wash over the last year. They're about the same as they were a year ago. They kind of have gone down a little bit, then they've come back up recently, and they've been pretty stable, overall for the last year or two. So next, they show us what's happening with median home prices in California. And here they give us a nice year-to-year comparison, 814,000 to 846,000 quarter to quarter from Q1 2024 to Q1 2025. So a little bit of price growth in there, not much. Of course, we are seeing prices fall in several markets in California right now, but at least in total in some, we're up a few percent from a year ago. Now, here's where things get really interesting when you see the kind of income that a household would need to be able to purchase a home in the state right now. They're showing us that the income required to purchase that single family home is $218,000. And importantly, that is what it would be required to make a $5,450 payment on a 30-year mortgage based on a 6.93% interest rate. However, they're assuming that you put 20% down when they come up with these numbers. So the reality is that a lot of households don't have 20% down. And if you were to try to buy with, say, 10% down or 5% down, assuming you could qualify with the right loan type for that sort of purchase price, you'd find that you need an even higher minimum income to be able to qualify for the loan. And look what's happened to the income requirements year over year from Q1 2024 to Q1 2025. They said you needed $208,400 last year, and now you need $218,000 to qualify for the same home you did a year ago. Now, it seems that they believe that incomes have risen. I've seen contradictory information about whether or not incomes are actually rising. Of course, a lot of people are losing their jobs and getting laid off right now. So maybe some jobs are paying more, but then a lot of people are probably making less or nothing at all because of what's happening with the economy right now. Next, let's take a look at what's happening with condos just to compare to see what that looks like relative to single family homes. So here we see a little better numbers. 24% of home buyers were able to purchase the $670,000 median price condo or townhome. A minimum annual income of $172,400 was required to make a monthly payment of $4,310. I believe this is also assuming the buyer has 20% down, which in many cases is not going to be the case. And that would mean that the annual income would have to be substantially higher to qualify for a loan with a much lower down payment. I just want to take a moment and say my goal on this channel is to help as many people as possible have permanent housing security and build wealth through leveraging real estate and other assets. So if I can help you with any real estate needs, buying, selling, investing, anywhere in Southern California, reach out to me, let me know. Or if you need a referral to a great agent in your market, let me know. I'm happy to help you with that as well. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this affordability crisis that we're experiencing down in the comments below. And here it says the share of California households that could afford a typical condo townhome in the first quarter of 2025 remained steady at 24%, unchanged from the previous quarter and previous year. An annual income of $172,400 was required to make the monthly payment of $4310 on the $670,000 median price condo townhome in the first quarter of 2025. Again, I believe that is with the 20% down, which in some cases people aren't going to have. So guys, I hope this information was useful. I just wanted to share this new market data with you so it gives you a better idea of kind of what the situation is here in California and why we're seeing such weakness in the housing market right now because affordability is so low. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.